When Thomas puffed along his branch line, he always looked forward to something. The sight of the port. As he rumbled over the bridge, he would see people fishing. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch, but his driver said, "What would the fat controller say if we were late?" Every time he met another engine, he would say, "I want to die." But they all had the same answer. Engines don't die. Silly stick in the muds, thought Thomas. One day he stopped as usual to take in water at the station by the river. Order out, Bob. They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge. Then the driver let the bucket down to the water. The bucket was ill several times over. They finished at last. That's good, puffed Thomas, and Annie and Clara ran happily behind. Suddenly, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. Steam began to hiss from his safety valve in a way. "There's too much steam," said his driver. "Oh dear," groaned Thomas. "I'm going to burst. I'm going to..." They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Anne Clara, and ran Thomas, who was still hissing fit to burst, on a siding right out of the way. Then while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found notices in large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. Ding! Soon the fat inspector arrived. "Cheer up, Thomas," they said. "We'll soon put you right." The driver told them what had happened. "So the feed pipe is blocked," said the inspector. "I'll just look." He climbed up and peered in. Then he came down. "Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see." "Certainly, Inspector," replied the fat controller. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. "Inspector," he whispered, "can you see fish?" Gracious goodness me, how did the fish get there, driver?
That would be your mother.
Well, Thomas, so you and your driver have been fishing, but fish suit you. We must get them out. They all took turns at fishing in Thomas's tank, while the fat controller looked on and told them how to do it. When they had caught all the fish, they had a lovely picnic supper of chips. That was good, said the fat controller. But fish don't
Die!
No, sir, I won't, said Thomas sadly. Engines don't
Die!